Okay, here's one simple thing I don't need for WWE to do again is Tiffany versus Jade for the fourth time and it be on the biggest stage. If they do that, it needs to be a drag out fight. And then Jade dominates. However, this is what I think is going to happen. With Naomi have possibly been out for maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 months now. She probably won't be back until close to Money in the Bank or a little or around SummerSlam. So here's what WWE could do. Um, Jade retains at WrestleMania. Liv Morgan wins the Women's World Title back. Start building up Raquel Rodriguez as a threat to Liv Morgan. And have that match at SummerSlam between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez where Raquel finally does it. Wins the Women's World Title. Now, let's move forward to Jade and Bianca. So, let's just say Bianca comes back before Money in the Bank. She wins it. Jade can go against Jordan Grace or somebody that is already on the roster. So let's see. You don't need to be Nia, because Nia don't need to be a babyface. Let's put, no. No, let's just say, let's put either Julia or Chelsea Green in this situation here. Julia can go against Jade Cargill, but Julia is actually pushed as a threat, seen as a threat to Jade's women's championship. So Jade loses. Or you could have a rematch between Jade and Asuka at SummerSlam. We all know Asuka is a heavy hitter. Jade beats Asuka again. But Jade is wore out from the kicks, the multiple times of getting out of the Asuka lock, the pain, the submissions, everything. Next thing you hear is Bianca Belair's theme hit. Weeks prior, Jade told Bianca, like, you may be the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best, but you aren't at this point. I am. So Bianca comes out, makes it known, tells Jade, I want you at your best. I'm not gonna cash in like everybody else. I want you at your best. I want you at 100%. You just got done with the match. I want you at your best. But I want you Friday night on SmackDown for that title. Or they could do it right then and there. Or Jay could be cocky. He's like, oh, well, I just beat Asuka. I'll beat you. So, this be Jade's second match for the night. And this match wound up being great. Bianca wins the title. And that kind of leaves Bianca and Jade having a rivalry of who actually is the best, who is the toughest, the roughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best. However, if they did this at WrestleMania, Jade versus Bianca, I would need Jade to win. So it helps Bianca get back on track heading into SummerSlam. Bianca would beat everybody. Going into SummerSlam. That way, Jade versus Bianca 2 would actually be something, actually mean something. But keep Tiffany Stratton out of the picture. Or you could put Tiffany in by costing Jade the title, but it won't make sense because, hey, but what will we actually do with Tiffany Stratton though? We already know Triple H is gonna push her, so would she go after the women's world title against Naomi, or would it be, or will we finally get Stephanie versus Naomi, which since we never got it since she got pregnant? The thing is, who would you actually build for the women's world title? And it probably would be Becky Lynch. I would say it would be Becky, Stephanie, and Naomi. Triple threat match. Naomi does not take the fall. But I wouldn't even want Stephanie to take the fall. Let's make it a fatal four-way. But say either Io Sky or Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer versus Naomi versus Becky Lynch. It's a fatal five-way. Maybe Saturday night's main event or Survivor Series or just a random pay-per-view. Becky wins this. She beats Rhea Ripley, tracing all the way back to their WrestleMania 40 battle. Becky finally beats Rhea. Becky is your current women's world champion. So Becky is your women's world champion. Who does she go against? At this point, we would build this up until WrestleMania. Maybe. So, let's just say Becky's already women's world champion going into SummerSlam. Would it be AJ versus Becky? Would it be Becky versus Stephanie? Would it be Becky versus Rhea 3? Or Becky versus Rhea 2? On a big stage to where Becky wins again? Or could we go all the way back to have a champion versus champion? Let's just say Bianca comes back before SummerSlam. And we get that history between Becky and Bianca in a champion versus champion match. Because you gotta think about it. Becky has said numerous times she wants to be Becky Two Belts again. But would that make sense? What do you guys think?